Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and before we get into this video any further, I'm going to re-record the beginning. We had some erroneous information. Yeah, there is a really interesting graphic going around talking about things that Japanese artists should look for in light of all these complaints being lodged at Japanese artists for making characters too light-skinned or making their boobs too big or any of that. And it was going around Twitter, and this is the original creator. Anyway, people were saying that this was done by a Japanese artist warning other artists. That is not the case. They're trying to correct it. That is not the case. They're saying they're not Japanese or an artist. They're just trying to warn Japanese artists about Twitter and how absolutely volatile it is right now for creators. So I just wanted to disclaim that before we get on with the video. This was not actually created by a Japanese artist, just someone who is trying to warn them about what is going on Twitter right now. And frankly, I'm going to be honest. I think if I were creating fan art as a Japanese creator and some of it, could be potentially controversial, I would not post on Twitter. I'd go someplace else. Twitter is a lost cause. So here we go. Funding now on Indiegogo. It's Shadowbinders, our second chance offer to get 2 hardcovers of our classic webcomic delivered to your door. Steampunk, fantasy, and romantic comedy from Clownfish Comics. Go to Indiegogo, check out the link in the description below. Now on with the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're gonna follow up on our last couple of videos talking about how art Twitter keeps shaming Japanese artists for not making characters to their liking in their fan art, making them too light-skinned, or maybe their boobs are too big.
Yeah, or something,
all kinds of complaints. We're going to talk about this. This got sent over to us yesterday, and this is warning Japanese artists to stay the hell away from Twitter or look for certain things in the bio to indicate that a particular person is probably going to be causing them some headaches. It's pretty scary.
It's not just us that are pointing these things out, apparently.
No. So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 183,000 subs. We do talk about anime, talk about comics, talk about art, and all that jazz. And this has been a really interesting situation because, like we said yesterday, with the Sonic art situation, which I guess that Twitter user has deleted her account, by the way.
Well, I don't want anybody to be shamed off of anything.
She was pretty nasty in the comments. We were kind of like, well, at least she apologized. No, it was like backhand slap. So she's gone. Anyway, she took this wonderful artist to task and made.
You still want to hire that
artist? I want to totally hire this artist. We totally got a project in mind. Call me. Anyway, this wonderful artist who drew, Sonic and Knuckles and Tails in human form, and apparently Knuckles is supposed to be black, which I didn't get that memo.
Did you see on that someone pointed out too on that list of characters that are supposed to be totally black that you showed the other day? They had Luigi on there.
What?
It was on there. Yeah, this one said that. No. I see Luigi in the back and looked at the article, and yes, Luigi was on the list. It was like Piccolo, and then it was like Knuckles, and then I forget what was underneath it, and Luigi was on there.
So Luigi, a literal Italian white guy character, literal human, is coded black.
Yeah, according to that article.
People think I'm coded black.
They do. He's not.
No, I think it's, I don't know if it's a voice. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Anyway, they thought Knuckles was supposed to be black, even though he's an Islander.
Apparently all redheads are coded black, too.
Yeah. It's the dreadlocks, even though Islanders also have dreadlocks,
yes.
And this artist was shamed, of course, by Twitter. They're fixed your shit for you, right? Well, it didn't go well at all. And this is the person who I believe took their profile down, this Mystic Mary, but apparently she does troll artists on Twitter, was trolling artists on Twitter. But she is the one that set off this chain of events that because this has happened 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Now, are we sure this is the correct translation, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Attention, Japanese artists. Are you currently being or have you ever been harassed by multiple accounts on Twitter because of one of your works? We understand that in recent days, many users on Twitter have decided to target Japanese artists for several reasons. Character's skin tone, character's outfit or bust size or clothing. What often follows is a massive amount of negative comments urging you to change or remove your artwork from this platform. Now, this is happening during a time when we're supposed to have greater sensitivity toward Asians.
And people just that are different than you.
Yes.
And you're not supposed to do cultural appropriation and all those things. And they actually are putting warnings out
Yes.
to each other about your behavior. You're supposed to be the ones that are all about inclusivity and diversity, and you're supposed to be the ones that are like, all these people matter and we want to stand up for people and everything else. They're warning other people about you. So,
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
let this sink in.
So you have not done anything wrong by posting your artwork.
No, you didn't.
Your creative vision has merely attracted the attention of some bad actors on this platform who will seek to silence you because your creative vision does not agree with their standards. Please understand, this is in red, you are not at fault. The problem lies solely in the middle of these, or the minds of these users. You have not violated any laws. You have not violated Twitter TOS or any unspoken rules.
I think they try to tell them they did to try to make them like, oh no, I better change it.
Your freedom of expression is important.
Amen.
We realize that Japanese culture approaches criticism and negative feedback different from that of many other nations, but it is important that you understand your individual rights as a creator.
So you might approach criticism and negative feedback differently than other countries and other people, because that's diversity. And these people that are like, oh, if you don't like something, you're just an istinophobe, are going around acting like istinophobes against these Japanese people to the place that they've had to put out this kind of statement.
What do you do if you're approached negatively about your artwork? Please check the account information about the user who is disparaging or demanding you change or remove your artwork. They're telling them what to look for in the bios. That this is an indicator that this person is probably batshit crazy.
And they're probably to get their friends to come harass you.
If the biography or header image contains any of the following: age information, usually represented by a number below 18. BLM or ACAB. Gender pronouns, he, him, she, her, they, them. The following emojis. Right here.
Oh my gosh.
Alternative lifestyle choices, poly, pan, demi. Imaginary gender identification.
This is for their translation.
E.g. genderqueer. Any form of the word feminist. Any reference to a K-pop group. Any reference to mental illness, bipolar, autistic, Asperger's, etc. An avatar or header with characters from Pokemon, Super Smash Bros., Animal Crossing, or My Hero Academia. You may ignore any criticism from these accounts. These should be considered warning signs that the user you're dealing with is either a person under the age of 18, a person lacking mental stability, or a person otherwise lacking in mental maturity. All of said users have one goal in common. They are here to push an agenda. They wish to silence you, suppress your ability to present your artwork because it does not fit with their ever-fluid standard.
If you're something we've been saying.
Yeah, they're basically sounding the warning.
People screaming about hate groups are the ones being identified as a hate group.
Yep. If you're targeted by an account that meets the preceding criteria, you may do one of the following: ignore, mute, or block. Report the user for targeted harassment. Alternatively, you may continue to present your artwork on other platforms with a much more understanding audience, Pixiv or Minds. Do not apologize. Issue a public apology, delete your post, edit your artwork to their standards. Any user whose information meets these criteria and does not seek to force you to change or remove your artwork, but instead offers helpful criticism or praise, should be treated as you would normally. Why are users behaving this way? This is crazy. Why are they behaving this way? You are likely being singled out as a potential victim of cancel culture, which is a mob tactic of shaming any form of expression that does not fit an established set of criteria that is admittedly both Western and very socialist.
Oh my God.
As a result of exposure to ongoing propaganda campaigns of said instigators will be young, they will not be Japanese. They will have no understanding of Japanese culture, and they will not be exposed to the cultural norms of mangaka or Japanese social norms. Understand this: these people do not represent the majority of Western culture. Thank you. Most of Western culture considers these people to be immature, obnoxious, and otherwise racist against Japanese creators.
Goodness.
These people do not represent the dominating mindset of Western views on Japanese artwork.
No.
They're children who are seeking a purpose and acting as if they have been, indoctrinated in their twisted view of globalized equality. They're not your audience. They're not authority figures. They do not have any authority to prevent you from displaying your works. They are bullies. They should be ignored and not given the attention they crave.
Oh my goodness.
We would like to urge you to keep working, keep presenting your artworks as you'd like to present them to the world, even if you do not believe your artwork is perfect. Understand that the people who are attacking you are not attacking the merits of your artwork. They're attacking you based on a checklist of values that is as likely to change tomorrow as today. Please continue to work hard. Ignore the children who believe they have more power than they actually do.
This is funny because this is everything we've been saying.
Maybe the Japanese are tired of your shit. Maybe they're tired of hearing about how every time somebody puts something up innocently enough, they get attacked and dogpiled on. And there is an attack. Look, there is an attack on anime and manga art styles by the West. I mean, we've talked about this before. You know, that there does seem to be, I mean, we saw all these really shitty articles on blogs that don't even exist anymore. Imagine that, because they weren't pulling the traffic, about how, you know, anime was perpetuating racism and, you know, fascism and all this other garbage. And I think the Japanese have just had it. I think they're just done.
Good, because I mean, but it's so funny because this is everything we've been saying too. We've been saying it for a while now.
Yeah.
So it's not just us.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.